Hola a todo el mundo y bienvenido a mi canal. Yo me llamo Sirey. Soy una abogada afro-latina licenciada practicando en las leyes criminales, pero como todos ustedes, a mí me fascina cuando estamos hablando de casos de crímenes reales. En este video vamos a hablar del caso de la jueza Sonya McKnight. Si quieres más video en español, nada más dime allá abajo. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Desiree. I'm a licensed and practicing Afro-Latina criminal attorney who, much like the rest of you, has a severe fascination with true crime cases. Listen, before we get into the video, let me just discuss some preliminary matters with you guys, okay? Some of you guys might find my introduction annoying. I understand that, but I put timestamps in all of my videos, so feel free to just skip straight past this, but it's not gonna change. Second, I know you're probably tired of my little nub roll. I'm tired of it. So your girl is about to get a new full set relatively shortly, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging and not do videos the entire time I was bald nailed. You know what I'm saying? Third, this is the case of someone who literally thought she was above the law because she was the law. This is the case of someone who was put in a judicial position and abused every oath she has ever taken to get there. This is the case of a woman scorned and a woman who really simply just couldn't be told no. This is the case of former Judge Sonya McKnight. Sonya Baltimore McKnight was a magistrate judge for Dauphin County in Pennsylvania. In February of 2024, Sonya and her boyfriend, a man by the name of Michael McCoy, were inside of his home in Pennsylvania when he decided it was time to end their one-year relationship. Further argument ensued between the parties, in which Michael asked Sonya to leave his home repeatedly, but he went to bed before verifying that she did so. While he was asleep, this bastard of a judge shot Michael in the face. The bullet entered through the right side of Michael's face, exiting through the left slightly below his eyes, and left him blind in his left eye. Although this was an unfortunate series of events, by the grace of God, Michael survived the attack. After this shooting, Sonya was charged with 2 charges: attempted murder and aggravated assault. If you guys are wordsmiths kind of like me, you'll notice the fact that I said after this shooting. That kind of implies that there was a prior shooting, doesn't it? Well, there was. In 2019, when Sonya was presumably still a judge because she was elected in 2015, she shot and wounded her estranged husband, a man by the name of McKnight. was wounded as a result of this, but no charges ultimately resulted because Sonya claimed she was acting in self-defense. I'm going to stop right here and just tell you guys about how frustrating this becomes for me as an attorney. All of these cases that I'm discussing with you guys, like some of them I'm already familiar with, but like it requires me to do a deep dive so I can share them with you guys, right? And there are cases where I feel that the suspects, not defendants, because they weren't charged, are treated differently. And this is one of them. Sonya had the criminal justice system in the palm of her hands, right? So she shot her first husband, claimed that was in self-defense, and was never charged for it. On the other hand, and by stark contrast, we have a dude by the name of Travis Rudolph, who literally gets charged when 4 armed people come to his home at midnight, and then he has to have his life in the hands of these random strangers who will sit as jurors on his case. It's just completely unfair. Do you know what I found rather fascinating? Sonya was actually suspended from her judicial position, but it wasn't as a result of either of these 2 shootings. Let me tell you what happened. In 2023, Sonya was suspended after an investigation uncovered multiple violations of the judiciary rules to include theft of time, soliciting a product on her social media account, and even failing to show up for multiple court dates without explanation.
Dauphin County judge has been suspended from her post without pay for the 2nd time in 3 years. Fox 43's Ryan Yee joins us now to break down the allegations against District Judge Sonya McKnight and what comes next.
Yeah, District Judge Sonya McKnight's suspension has been in place since November 14th for ethical violations charged against her back in September. Now, McKnight was suspended for the first time back in 2021 after allegedly interfering with a traffic stop that involved her son, but was acquitted of all charges. Now, 7 allegations of misconduct have been filed against her that has her sidelined once again. The court documents describe 7 different allegations involving theft of time, conflict of interest, abusing her office prestige, and unexplained absences. Judge McKnight allegedly faced a conflict of interest on 2 different occasions when she presided over cases where her impartiality could be questioned. Judge McKnight did not recuse herself from a case where her personal attorney represented a defendant in a DUI-related case she presided over. She also presided over a case involving a Harrisburg City police officer that she filed a citizen's complaint against, alleging he, along with 3 other officers involved in her 2021 criminal investigation, conspired to destroy her credibility in the community. The judicial office says McKnight abused the prestige of the judicial office when she reached out to a Dauphin County contact asking to obtain a copy of the police report related to that criminal case. They say she also abused this prestige when she used her social media accounts that identify herself as a magistrate judge to sell a product named X-It Red. On March 23, 2022, Judge McKnight's clerk received a civil complaint claiming McKnight owed an individual nearly $2,100. McKnight allegedly advised her clerk to act like the complaint was never received, a misdemeanor offense of obstructing administration of the law. Lastly, Judge McKnight allegedly failed to appear for her assigned judicial duties and could not be reached between January 14th and 16th of this year. The 7 allegations have resulted in 20 counts under 9 different charges. District Judge Sonya McKnight will remain suspended until the Court of Judicial Discipline comes to a decision. If any of the charges are confirmed, possible sanctions against McKnight include suspension, fine, or removal from office.
Great. God is good. Yes, He's good. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful. Yes, God will intervene. Yeah, He will intervene, but He will also vindicate you of all righteousness when you keep the faith and trust Him. He said, "No good thing will I withhold from you." So I'm grateful to God on this day for believing in me and knowing that I did nothing wrong. And I thank God for my attorney that He sent my way, all the way from Philadelphia. I thank God for you. I thank God for you believing in me. Yes, and my attorney said, "Thank you, Jesus." I love you. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God.
And what's the next step for you, Judge?
Yes. I'm ready to take my seat back. I need to get back to the bench. I love my community. I want my seat. And the community has voted me back in. I've been going through a free election. And I thank God for my community believing in me and saying, "You know what? She deserves the seat." So I'm grateful. And thank you.
And Mr. McDonald, just a quick question. What do you think about this case coming into it?
Well, I mean, I honestly believe that this is one of those rare occasions where I've had an innocent client from the day I met her. She's a wonderful woman. She's a remarkable person. She's got love in her heart, and she didn't deserve this. And today, justice was served. And I'm just, it's kind of reinstored my faith in the justice system. It really has. When a good person like this is given the opportunity to receive a fair trial in front of a fair judge and be vindicated, and let the world know she's not only been cleared, she's innocent. She's innocent.
As to the charges that resulted for Sonya's shooting of Michael, she pled not guilty and she set the matter for trial. Sonya's trial began earlier this year on April 7th of 2025, and it merely lasted 2 days. This was a jury trial, and the jurors were able to hear and see from Michael himself because gracefully, and I'm saying it again, the man survived this attack. On the stand, he told them that he really couldn't tell them who shot him because he was asleep at the time. But he felt it was Sonya, as she was the only one in his home at the time. From everything that I was able to read, see, view, analyze, whatever, Sonya's defense here was merely, "It wasn't me." After less than 2 hours of deliberation, and on April 9th of 2025, the jurors delivered their verdict.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm James Crumwell. That breaking news: Dauphin County Judge Sonya McKnight found guilty of attempted murder. A jury handing down that verdict moments ago. Seth Kaplan live at the Dauphin County Courthouse with the latest. Good afternoon, Seth.
Good afternoon to you, James. Yeah, the case went to the jury 9:30 this morning. Didn't take them long. Shortly after 11, we got word that, in fact, they had reached the verdict. Everybody, as you can imagine, rushed back into the courtroom, and that verdict, as you said, guilty. Guilty, actually, on 2 counts. The more significant count, attempted first-degree murder for the night of her boyfriend, Michael McCoy. Just to recap everything, and I'll get to more details. On trial here was suspended Dauphin County Judge Sonya McKnight back in 2019. She was cleared on charges of shooting her estranged husband in Harrisburg. That was found to be in self-defense. This case was about what happened the morning of February 10th, 2024, along Saddle Ridge Drive in Susquehanna Township. Prosecutors say Michael McCoy, who was Sonya McKnight's boyfriend, woke up blind and in a pool of blood. Everyone agrees the relationship had been rocky. Everyone agrees there were only 2 people in the house when a shot was fired through McCoy's head. Prosecutors say for that and many other reasons, it was clear McKnight shot McCoy, who said he had never had a suicidal thought in his life and pleaded with EMTs and doctors to, quote, save me. McKnight's defense attorney said that was not at all clear. More gunshot residue on McCoy's hand, for example, than on McKnight. The defense alleged, quote, sloppy handling of evidence by Susquehanna Township police. Tried to raise lots of other doubts, but back live, James, not enough in the jury's mind to reach that standard of reasonable doubt that would have caused them to find, for the defense, to find Sonya McKnight not guilty. It was a jury of 6 men and 6 women from Delaware County. We're here in Dauphin County, but almost everybody involved in the case other than Sonya McKnight and Michael McCoy was from outside the county. The DA from Cumberland County, Sean McCormack, the jury from Delaware County, a judge from Lancaster County, all brought in to try to give as much of a fair shot at everybody as possible. When you're talking about a suspended judge who was on trial here, keep in mind, James, the jury did not know that she was a suspended judge. The jury did not know about that previous case that she had allegedly shot, although found to be in self-defense, her former husband. So they were working with less information than some of the rest of us knew going into this case, and yet they felt they had enough information to find her guilty. Bail has now been raised to $3 million. She was immediately put into handcuffs, being taken to Dauphin County Jail.
Based on the charges that she was convicted of, Sonya faces a maximum possible penalty of 60 years. As is customary, sentencing was set over, and on May 28th of 2025, Sonya was sentenced to 13.5 to 30 years. If we haven't really talked about this before now, let me explain, because this video is going to be rather short anyway. The reason in most cases and most situations that sentencing is set over is twofold, right? First, most courts want what's called a PSI or a PSR, which stands for a pre-sentence investigation report or a pre-sentence investigation, right? And basically what happens there is that a probation officer will meet with the defendant and just talk about all of the aggravated factors and the mitigating factors and compile a report that all parties get to see. So the prosecution gets to see it, the defense attorney gets to see it, and the judge gets to see it. In that, they don't recommend any sort of sentencing customarily. They might in some jurisdictions that I'm unaware of, but typically what happens is they'll say, Sonya was a judge. That's a mitigating factor. But she shot 2 people. That's an aggravating factor. So they'll do like that, and then you get to determine what you think is appropriate, right? And also during sentencing, and I'm sure you guys are already aware of this, each side makes their sentencing argument and then also asks the court for an imposition of whatever they feel is appropriate. So the prosecutor in this case might have asked for the maximum of 60, and defense might have asked for 13. The court might have met in the middle, 13.5 to 30, Also, the second reason, because I said it was twofold, is typically with cases like this, these are called VRA cases or Victims' Rights Acts cases. So the victim has the right to be present. So if you just sentence the defendant the exact day that the verdict comes in, that robs the victim of their legal entitlement to be present should they choose to be there. So that's why sentencing is typically set over. So I told you guys that this video was going to be rather short, and I'm keeping true to my word. This case is an absolute pity. It's a shame. It's just really ridiculous, quite frankly. Sonya is a 60-year-old, and I'm not age shaming people, but I'm saying, like, you're old enough to know better, right? Everyone's old enough to know better at that point. 60, and you're fighting for the affection of a man who you've been with for a year. He said he doesn't want you. Relax. Another will come. Another will come, beloved. Do you know what I'm saying? This is a case that I really wanted to share with you guys just because I feel like people put specific people in specific positions up on a pedestal. Doctor, lawyer, judge. It's like, dude, whatever. Everyone's human, right? Nobody's infallible. Even judges break the law, which shouldn't be happening. But she's just a person in a robe. Let me know what you guys think about this case. Are you satisfied with the verdict? Do you think the jurors got it right? Are you satisfied with the sentence? Let me know all your thoughts down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all take care.